everyone. Hello. Welcome back to a painting stream. Sorry, bear with me. Just getting things situated again. It's been a little while. Alrighty. Caption should be on now for those watching live. Hi. So it's been a little while since we painted. I figured I'd start again with the new project rather than picking up an old one from several months ago. So yeah, we're starting with the Crimson Court. For those who don't know what the Crimson Court is, it's vampires, but Warhammer. It's a set I picked up a while ago. They're a pretty cool set. For those who want to see what they look like officially, the assembly guide. Okay, you can have it that way around then, I guess. That's kind of what they look like. That's what we're working on. There we go. A bit more in focus. I might deviate a little bit from the official scheme, but we're going to be more or less matching that. Hence why I've got this to one side. So we're going to be starting off with a sword, or actually I think it's a lady. I think this is one of the countesses. Nice scalpel. So this is probably my most family-friendly stream. Hey Indy, welcome in. How's it going? We've got some Baldur's Gate music in the background. Please let me know if it's too loud or not loud enough or whatever. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've done one of these, so... Okay, so all I'm going to do is tidy up the model before we get started. Just take off any little leftover bits of plastic from putting it together. Shouldn't take too long. I don't think I should have to say this, but if you're watching this and you've not used a scalpel for hobbying before, please be careful. These are incredibly sharp. They're designed to cut through people. You can get some really nasty cuts if you're not careful with them. If you're not confident in using it, use one of the hobby blades. There are plenty of much safer hobby blades. I, however, am a trained scientist, so I know how to use them. And trained in the art of dissection. So I know more than most about how well these can cut through flesh. Now I feel like I've appeased the health and safety gods. So hi. Good, aside from no D&D yesterday. I did miss D&D yesterday. I did miss it. Oh. Yeah, a sneak peek at what else I'm working on this desk. There we go. I've got about 3 or 4 projects on the go, which is why my desk, as usual, is completely chaotic. One of which is actually going to a streamer that I watch. It wasn't originally intended to be for their birthday, but their birthday is long past now. So it'll probably end up being for their channel anniversary in October at this rate. Just because I'm painting so slow these days. It's mainly a time thing. I haven't had any spare time whatsoever. Brand new mat. I can't remember if I had this before I took my break or not. Actually, I've had it a couple of months. But it is fairly new, yeah. The other one was just getting a little bit ratty and a little bit too gross, for want of a better word. Plus the Aquila, um, while it is a symbol of Warhammer, it is also easily mistaken for less pleasant symbols that I didn't really want people to be questioning on the channel. I just went with something kind of plain. And if you're wondering what this is, I got tendonitis. The black thing on my wrist is just to help support and stabilize my wrist while it's healing up. And before any armchair doctors come at me for placement or anything like that, following my doctor's orders. And pretty sure my doctor knows me. But yeah, I think it's new mat. This is only 2 weeks, so we give Ozzy more chaos headaches. It's just 2 more weeks to start prepping some ideas, Indy. That's how I look at it. It's just an extra 2 weeks of planning. I want to get 2 more levels in, and then my character will be truly terrifying. Because 2 more levels means I get to pick a bard school, and that is going to start causing some problems for people. Which makes me think Ozzy is never going to let us get to that level. He's going to be like, no, you can't do it. This campaign is so much fun. I haven't had this much fun in D&D in a long time. I'll have to see if Will is going to PAX in 2025. See if we do a special edition while I'm out there. He's going on Verdra. I'm honestly surprised he didn't throw that dragon at us from the forge. Imagine the look on his face if Callie managed to befriend him so they fight for us. If anyone in that party is going to befriend a dragon to fight for us, it is going to be Kalia. Kalia would even make Katrin like her eventually. And Katrin doesn't like anyone, let's face it. It took her 2 sessions to tolerate Toldy enough to like her. Yeah, this campaign has been so much fun. I really, really am enjoying it. I don't want it to end, so I hope it doesn't. Not for a long time. If I can move the fighter side and go whole hog into druid. See, honestly, that's what I tend to do with my druids. I tend because after about level, I'd say 4 or 5, any levels you take in other classes just weakens the druid overall. Having 1 or 2 levels in fighter is good. If especially if you're planning to do a lot of fighting. Like a lot of frontline fighting. But if you're doing a lot of wild shaped stuff or more into spellcasting, having as much druid as possible in your multi-class is great, honestly. I mean, obviously it's your character, so you do with it as you wish, but I'm talking from someone from an optimal build perspective, you know? At the end of the day, I would much rather have someone who's got a suboptimal build, but all of the reasons are justified in character, than someone who's got the stat perfect build, you know? Which is why, honestly, I didn't multi-class Katrin until now. Like, Katrin's got 11 levels in Warlock. They're a straight Warlock. But over over the short adventuring time we've had together, she's starting to learn the benefit of using your words. Which is why I went with Bard. And also, you know, the mechanics of it just suit her character. But yeah, when I explained it to Ozzy like that, he seemed to enjoy the idea. Use your words, Katrin. All right, vicious mockery. Like fighting then. That's fair. Like, I mean, that's the kind of thing that you only really get with experience, though. And I don't mean necessarily experience at the table. I mean just experience with your character. You're still getting to know your character. It's natural that you're not necessarily going to know how they react in all circumstances right away. I will say this, I don't think Ozzy's going to mind too much. But obviously check. I'm not the GM. But it seems sensible to me. Well, friends, thank you for the hydrate. And welcome in. I hope you're doing well. No, the only reason I'm pretty confident with Katrin and like how they act in given scenarios is because they're a character I've had in my head for a while. Like, she had a very fleshed out backstory, um, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. So I literally just dug out all of the notes that I made for her because she was going to be an NPC. So, what do I think of the nature trance? The nature trance is really cool. It was really cool. Like I'm really glad Ozzy is giving each of our characters little um like solo side stories in a way. Um it was really interesting. As for what Katrin thinks, you'll find out. I'm one of those annoying people that I will not say anything if it's out of character. Like I keep very tight-lipped on all matters other than those relating to backstory. No, Ozzy's a great DM. Really, really fantastic DM. He's making sure we all get our time. Um, like no one's getting overlooked, which is easy to do. Um, like everyone feels equally important to the story. It's great. Um, really love his world that he's come up. Some fantastic NPCs. Yeah, it's been great. I've really really missed D&D, so um there's just that aspect of it as well. I'm really grateful to Ozzy for giving me space at the table and for being so generous. Because not many GMs would let me get away with what I get away with. Not many GMs would let me be as much of a pain in the ass as Katrin is, and me. To be fair, I am a pain in the. Although we do need to short rest more often. One benefit of being a warlock is I get my full spell slots back as short rest, and we don't. We just keep long resting instead. Oh, please don't tell me this paint separated. Let's give it a proper shake. What did you think, Indy? What did you think about the end of last session? Assuming you're not busy. Reach out said it's present with the 12th level druid spell zone. No way. Yeah, that's for the best. any major character changes, I always double check. But I was pretty clear with Ozzy before the last one that if slash when we leveled up next, I was going to start dipping into Bard because of just spell economy as much as anything else. It's really hard to gauge when to use a spell and when not to when you've only got 3 spell slots. And it gets a little bit restrictive. Because outside of my 3 spell slots, all of my spells are ritual and they take 10 minutes to cast, which can get really tedious. So yeah, I had to. Well, it's either that or cantrips, and in the situations that we've been in, there's not been much call for cantrips. So it's been a bit of a challenge so far. But it was getting to the point where Warlock was running out of new things for me. So it was a good time to multi-class a bit. Goofing around and not paying attention. It's been interesting. Such an eclectic mix of personalities in the characters that we're playing. It's great. And windy outside. Apologies if that's coming through on the mic. Those who don't know, I paint in a window basically. So weather noise might come through. Kind of sense it off a catcher in a flower. Katrin's just Cat. So the way Cat is, she's basically like a street cat, you know. If you're patient with her, she'll be okay. You try and push her, she will never, ever, ever want to come near you. And because it's D&D, a lot of people like pushing buttons. So hence Katrin's way of being around people. Hey, Magic, welcome in. Good to see you. I am doing well, thank you. Yeah, working on some vampires. Which is always fun. How's about yourself, Magic? How you doing? How's your hobby work going? I haven't caught up with you for a while. Have you managed to paint anything? because these are base layers, I'm not wearing too much that they're a bit messy. Because they'll get tidied up when I go in for subsequent layers and height and stuff. Vampire, blah, blah. That's how I read that. I don't know if that's how you intended it, Magic. There is an ad break in 4 minutes, folks. Nope, been very busy. Aw, I hope you find time to paint soon. I think I've painted sort of 3/4 of a model since my last painting stream. I've also been extremely busy with the whole day job thing. But I did miss these. I love these. An arts game? I don't know if I'm going to be able to play an arts game. Just because of times and things. Like, I'm still chatting with Art, but it's looking like I probably won't be able to join it just because of time. Like, there's just not enough space in my schedule to be able to accommodate another one that's on effectively Australian times. Which I'm sad about, but there'll be another one, right? Hopefully there'll be another game that I can join. Every time you want to paint, someone calls you. That sucks, Magic. I'm sorry. I've just been, I've been working, basically. Working like a demon. But I've reached a point now with a lot of my work projects where it's kind of out of my hands. Is the best way to put it. It's not really on me anymore to get this stuff done. So it gives me a lot more freedom to get back to normal. But I was just doing a lot of overtime, a lot of playtesting, a lot of things like that. If anyone in chat is in game dev, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, it's learning a new job as well. Like I've not even been in this job a year yet. I shut my one shot so it's polished up. Taking time with that indie. I do want to run some one shots. I think I'll probably be more likely to run some one shots, and it will be next year now. Like I just looked at the rest of my year at work on Friday, and I just went, well, there's all my free time gone. I am booked up until the second week of December already. This is the laughter of someone who's terrified. No, I love my job. Full disclaimer in case anyone is in any doubt. I adore my job. I happily work all this extra time and all this extra hours. But it's demanding. So, yeah. Me as my free time is sparse, to say the least. But yeah, I'll probably try and fit one shots in maybe once a month, and they will be one session, one shots that I will book up like a month or two in advance, kind of thing. 190 days of vacation credit? I hope they paid you well for that magic. Ashek, thank you, Dachi, and welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope everyone is sitting comfortably. You'll notice, hopefully, that some stuff is like updated on screen. So we've got in this corner over here, we got our little owlbear buddy, and the little translucent-ish bag next to him, the little gold bag, basically the tip jar. So bit subs, follows, that kind of stuff should appear in there as and when they appear in chat. I've updated some more of the commands, so they're a little bit more in keeping with the theme. Eventually I'm going to work out a way to have the VTuber model, so the owlbear model, actually animated. I mean, I have the rig and everything. I don't currently have the ability to run multiple cameras at once without crashing everything. So at the moment I can't have the thing animated, but I might try and get a GIF sorted out. It's a little less like staring into your soul, I guess. Good morning, Dachi. I hope you're well. I don't know how much you get. You could get up to 10k? Damn. Magic, that's like... That is a lot of money. So I hope that you do get that. You made Kaleri, an arcane archer. Nice. Those are some good stats. The city guard recruit. That is cool. That is cool, Indy. That sounds fun. My really bright colors. You don't know yet? Yeah. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you as much as I can. And I hope it's good news when you do find out. That's a lot of time, you know? Time is valuable. Yeah, this is what I say a lot on stream. I still hold to that. Like, time is the one thing that you don't get back. Money can always be earned. But time can only be spent once. Is why I always say, never have to worry about, you know, bits, subs, follows, donos, whatever. Your time is the most valuable thing you can give here, and that is the thing I will always appreciate above anything monetary. Why I'm always grateful. Outside. Ugh. Ouch. That sucks. I think we're at like 15 here, maybe. Not too bad here today. Rod stats for you two characters. You're gonna be doing a barbarian. Nice. I haven't played a barbarian yet. I would like to play a barbarian at some point. They look fun. Hey, it's working. So what I'm doing here is putting contrast over the silver, try and give like a more metallic color. And it seems to be working, which is great. Oh my goodness. 2027. I mean, you can theoretically start the guard at any age, right? Indy? As long as you're an adult. Maybe push them more towards like the 25 if you want like a bit of maturity but not too much. That's kind of like a good balance between the two. But in theory, you could start it at any age. You could have had another career before you joined the guard if you wanted. Hey, Callia's transformation begins. Hooves, thank you for the posture check and the hydrate. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you doing, friend? It has been too long. I'll take a look as soon as I can. Dutch. Hey, Miss. Aww. I haven't caught up with Kerry and Squiff in a very long time. Um, Obviously, I wish them and I hope they're both doing well. But we're not in regular contact. Put it that way. You know, life happens. I hope you get to paint soon. Magic. As for streams, as far as I can tell, I'm back. Schedules will go up every week. They might not change, so if they don't change, assume the same schedule. But this week is kind of going to be indicative of what I'm going to be doing. You know, Baldur's Gate 3 streams starting at 8 p.m. UK time, painting streams starting at 10 a.m. That's it. Oh, what's the thirst trap? It's just tendonitis hoops. I get it from time to time, and it's just to make sure that my wrist is doing the right things and not not making it any worse. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. This is actually an older wrist strap, so that if I get paint on it, I'm not gonna get too annoyed. um, no, I do like the idea of playing a barbarian on D&D. I just haven't had the opportunity yet. Um, Welcome to the Barbarian Barbershop, where we shave off your top hair, not guaranteed. Your head remains attached. Honestly, I can see my a character of mine doing. But yeah, for clarity, the wrist strap is just tendonitis. It's just me being silly, pushing too hard. It's something I deal with from time to time. But now I know to recognize it, I can deal with it much easier. Nothing to worry about. I'll be fine in a week or two. That's two strength wrist basically empty. Yeah. No, it's so the tendon that goes along this bit of my wrist, this bit, it's gonna be easier to point out. So the side, um, it gets aggravated from time to time. Um, it's just one of those things. I do a lot of computer work. I do a lot of work that involves putting strain on that particular tendon. And if I don't take proper care of it, because I do computer work, I do painting, I do weightlifting, all of that puts strain on your tendons. And I just overdid it. That's all. And I am now paying the price by having to wear a wrist brace and do stretches and all that other fun stuff that you do when you have a chronic injury until it gets better. Not life threatening, it's not permanent. It's all good. I hope you get to clear out all the thoughts. I had a similar day yesterday, to be honest. And actually, no, I've had a couple of days like that. Friday and Saturday were kind of rough for me, if I'm honest with you. I ended up just sticking my headphones on and playing Baldur's Gate until I was too tired to be too tired to be grumpy. Aw, that's always fun, Dachi. And this is what I like about D&D. Sometimes the dice decide something about you that you didn't think you would have. And when I say you, I mean your character. And a copy of each Baldur's Gate 3 companion card? What? Honestly, I think I have a lot of them, Hoops. I really do appreciate the offer. And I feel bad because I've got nothing to offer you in return. But I think the only one I'm missing currently, I think I'm missing Karlach, and I think I'm missing Shadowheart as well. But I am going to be going for the secret lair drop, so that will probably get me Karlach, hopefully, if I'm lucky. And then all I need is Shadowheart. All the others, I think I have at least one version of. But I need to double check. I still haven't put away that box I got at the beginning of the month. Where I ended up pulling, I think, Gale and Will. Out of the same set, which is insanely good luck. But that's what I'm aiming for, Hoops. Yeah, it's dupes. Oh my god. I haven't got any dupes, but that's fine. I don't want dupes necessarily. Someone gave me a Minsc card and I nearly cried with happiness because I love Minsc so much. Like, genuinely, Minsk has become one of my favorite Baldur's Gate characters. He's such a sweetie. I love him to bits. But yeah, I'm working on it. I'll have to get back to you and let you know what I'm at when I actually get a chance to sit down and sort my cards. Two more spare full art Minsk. You know what? I'm gonna have to see about sorting some spares and things like that. Because I've been so busy, I've just not had 2 minutes to kind of go over my most recent haul. Like, I've looked through them, but that's about it. And I want to go through. I want to update my Astarion deck. Which, to be fair, I'm going to update again when I get the secret lair drop, because the artwork on that is just next level. But yeah, a lot of work to do between now and then. Still gonna finish your anime? Oh wait, I missed a chunk. Hang on, sorry. Give me a minute. Someone for a friend. Hey, don't feel like you have to put any aside from you. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize other people. I am more than happy to take my time, because eventually what I'm going to do is get a full set of, like, ones that I like. Not necessarily foils or extra rares or anything like that, but just a full set of my favorite arts, and then gonna go around and try and get them signed. So, you know, this is a long term project. This is not one that I'm rushing to try and complete. Need to finish the Paladin run and make a Dragonborn bar. See, I had a Dragonborn barbarian, but I named him Rook, and then all the Dragon Age stuff came out, and I'm like, I can't have Rook in Baldur's Gate. It doesn't work, and my brain doesn't like it. So I didn't actually get past Act 1 with my Dragonborn barbarian. But he was such a sweetheart. I got really attached to him, and then I didn't want to rename him, and I didn't want to keep playing him. So damn you, Dragon Age, for killing my Dragonborn barbarian. He was an entertainer. So he had the entertainer background. He was a wild heart barbarian. And my whole thing was he ran away from the circus, and then got caught by the Nautiloid. These options. Oh, Druid is so good. And I'm actually a little bit jealous of you getting to play a high level Druid. That's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Gonna finish my auto mode? Oh, nice. Nice hooves. So the one I'm doing on stream, that's my first auto mode attempt. So yeah. The MTG Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. I'm gonna try going for it. It depends if money and circumstances allow. But I'm gonna try going for it. You got a 5e group? You get to play Siren again? Oops, I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. That's amazing. I still haven't I haven't played Lyre in a group. I'm not sure I want to play Lyre in a group, thinking about it. Patrons kind of become equally important to me. But I'm so happy for you, Hoops. We're in the same sounds like he tries to sing, but he's grunting. In my head, he was a juggler. He juggled in a circus. I'm trying to find a paint. There it is. That's what I had in my head. But yeah, damn you, Dragon Age, for taking that from me. May transfer another Plese's book from her bag. Minor illusion to enter the seat so it could be seen, and it got such trickery. Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for you, Hooves. That's amazing. Siren is such a good character. I'll be cheering Siren on. I hope you have fun with the group. I really, really want to play at the table with you at some point. I think it would be a lot of fun. Everyone involved except the DM. Trying to rein both of us in. Oh my goodness. What was that? I just missed. Heck. Wait, that was Fern. Gee, thank you so much for the secret gift again. My goodness. Too generous of you, thank you. 8 a.m. on Saturday my time. Oh, I mean, I feel you on that one. The fifth ed group that I'm in starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday my time. So I'm crawling out of bed and then being an absolute demon. But it's worth it. Plus, there are very few. Honestly, there is no better way to start your weekend than with a session of D&D. Oh my goodness. You gotta go? No worries, Magic. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate you. I hope work's not too bad. And take it easy. And then nothing. I need to adjust my throne alerts. I completely missed that coming up on screen. I need them to be on screen a little longer. Not speedy enough. I feel like an old person. um, yeah. Sorry, I just had one of those moments of there continuing on my thought from what I just said about D&D being the best way to start your weekend. Honestly, I get up about 9 o'clock to start these at 10. These streams at 10. And it's worth it. Um, it is worth it because he's just my brain in such a good place. I missed it. So thank you, everyone who is here right now. Whether you're chatting or lurking or whatever it is you've got to do. I miss these streams. Just getting to sit and chat and talk about cool stuff. My voice didn't miss them though. I'm reading a fight with a Night Level spell slug, 7. 4 giant boars, snake. Yeah, that sounds about right. Indeed. I would love to see Kalia summoning dinosaurs. I could just imagine her, like, her little form, and then just... I'm sure Ozzy would let you do this, but just, like, the biggest dinosaur that she can summon. Like, Kalia summoning a T-Rex and just having it loom over her, just like, oh, this? No, this is just my pet. He's fine. And then everyone else is just shitting their pants and running away. Meanwhile, Catra's just off to the side like, yes, I approve. The little one learns quickly. This is why I shouldn't be allowed to play D&D. I just like stirring shit up. So much potential? Yes. Yes. Always go for the mischief. The figure painting is good. Thank you, Dachi. This is... and I cannot remember their name off the top of my head, but this is one of the members of the Crimson Court. So this is an Age of Sigmar character, fantasy branch of Hammer. Now, as much as I love 40k, I think you all know by now that fantasy stories are where my heart truly lies. But I've never really ventured into Age of Sigmar before. The team I currently work with, a lot of them play Age of Sigmar in their free time, so I've been slowly introduced to it. And while I'm not necessarily collecting them, it's gotten me into painting fantasy figures. Yeah, this is one of 4. If I just pause a moment. Oh, where am I around? There we go. Focus, please. Camera, ready, please. There we go. Crimson Court. That's what the set looks like. And I'm painting this one. So yeah, very classic vampires. Oh, here we go. This is Prince Duval. There's actually a prince, not a count. There you go. Bigger one of the one I'm painting right now. Please focus, camera. That's what we're playing. That's what we're working on right now. That's where we've gotten so far. It's always cool doing side by sides like this. So we're getting some progress. Thank you. All thorns. Oh, I love. Honestly, indie. So, okay, one of my favorite tactics as a druid, because I'm playing a druid in my offline Baldur's Gate thing. And I'm playing Circle of the Moon, so it's the shapeshifty one. One of my favorite tactics is to cast Spike Growth at the highest level I can cast it at the time. Then Wild Shape until either Wild Shape or Spike Growth drops. And then continue the fight. 9 times out of 10, the fight is over before Spike Growth drops. It is such a good spell. It is one of my favorite things, and you can maintain concentration while you're wild shaped, but you can't move stuff. So say you wanted to move say Moonlight or something like that, Moonbeam. You can't do that while wild shaped, but you can maintain concentration on Wall of Thorns, Spike Growth. Wall of Flame is another one. So yeah, I have had Spike Growth up and then Owlbear off the top rope right into the middle of it because my game gave me immunity to difficult terrain. And it's hilarious. It's so much fun. Which is why I love druids. Druids are broken. They are fundamentally insanely good. Also, Hooves, I just got your message. Yes, and yes, and yes. Siren looks amazing in Hero Forge. That is insanely cool. That is insanely cool. I need to do Katrin in Hero Forge. She'd look great. I just haven't got around to it because, you know. Somehow I feel Ozzy won't want us comparing notes. Ozzy has known me. Actually, I think Ozzy was one of the first people I met on this platform. Like, I've known him longer than I've known nearly anyone on Twitch. He knows me extremely well. He knows that if I say I am not going to let slip anything that people shouldn't know, he knows I am like a rock. Yeah, because I met Ozzy back when the group I moderated for only had like 200, 300 followers. So before I even streamed on my own channel, before everything, like Ozzy was right there, right at the very beginning. I think within the first couple of weeks of me being on Twitch. Night Hooves, thank you so much for stepping in. Take care of yourself, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you soon. 5 years. 5 years, 5 months, 5 years, 9 months. Oh, guys. So lucky. I'm so lucky to have all of you amazing people here. Hoobs, I've known you longer than that though, Hoobs. I know we've known each other longer than that. Because again, you were there right near the beginning, if I remember correctly. We just didn't really get to know each other very well back then. I think you all know which group I'm referring to. I just don't like giving them any airtime. 2 other persons. Yes. Definitely. But yes, good night. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. We'll catch up. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Ozzy's known me since Ozzy's probably known me more than 8 years at this point. The poor thing has put up with me for nearly a decade. So, if you're wondering why Ozzy's a little bit insane, it's my fault, probably. I'm a bad influence, or so I've been told. But yeah, he knows me well enough to know that I don't spill. I don't metagame and I don't spill. Pain is awful. Let's try again. Let's try with a different bright silver. He knew it was so challenging to find a silver that didn't separate instantly. Oh my goodness. Dutch, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Magic. I know Magic's headed off, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Just as a reminder to those who might not know, 10% of all proceeds on stream, that's bits, subs, ad revenue, all revenue, 10% of that will go to WWF, World Wildlife Foundation, Wrestling Guys, help combat climate change. So thank you very much for that. As I picked. I think Ozzy's gonna regret letting me multi into Bard. My yeah, my character is gonna have a field day with this. Although with all the stuff I said at the beginning of the last thing about like it's okay to kill my character, it would just be my luck if my character gets killed the first session I get to play Bard multi-class. I'd be like, well, I said what I said, and I'm sticking with it. $81 gift subs. Darchi, you are too generous. You are spoiling me, sir. Good people, you're good people. You are the best. Of the best. You wonder what I'm doing at this point? I'm just fixing some bits that I missed with the contrast paint. Getting that idea. Before I move on. No, I really have missed doing this. I'm glad I took the break because I think I was getting to a point where I just really live, which I never wanted to get to. I never wanted to be that person who didn't appreciate what a gift having a platform like this was. I was getting to the point where it was just being unhealthy. But I am glad to be back. It has been really nice seeing everyone again and being able to spend time with you all. And just generally enjoy a hobby again. I'm just sorry it took me. I had a lot of stuff to go. This is starting to look suspiciously like an actual model now. What is this? You take a break. Yeah, I think I was I was dealing with a lot of like both physical and mental health stuff. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, which I'm not gonna drag up now because I've dealt with it. But just a lot of personal stuff going on. And it was all getting a little bit too much. It's the honest truth. I'm glad I took the break because it was needed. But having said that, I missed you all. I missed this. And I am glad that I'm back. Having said that, next week I am busy, so I will only be doing one Baldur's Gate stream next week. There'll only be 2 streams next week. Just to make sure I am taking proper care of myself. Don't panic. But just in terms of schedules and things, just keep an eye on the schedule thing in the Discord. And it'll also be my offline screen, like it has been this week. I'll add timings for you all, because I got a couple of questions about times and stuff. I'll add timings onto the scheduling thing as well. So I'll update that after stream today. So you'll be able to work it out in your own time zones and stuff like that. This week was a little bit of a test run, just to kind of get a feel for what is effectively a new routine for me. Just to see what I can and can't do in this job with stream. Yeah. But I will be streaming. We'll be keeping this up as much as I can. And I'm going to continue to work on things like the Discord. And you've probably seen that quite a few of the Nightbot things have updated and changed a little bit. Just to be a little bit more in keeping with the theme. So, Indy, because I know that you're someone who has been after this a little while, try hitting !roll. ROLL. Hey! So it's a D20 for now. But I'm working on developing that too. So at the moment it's very, very basic. You only get to roll a D20. I'm going to try and see, because this does involve learning Java as well. I think it's Java. I'm going to try and program it so that you can roll any kind of dice and get results like special messages for crits and all this sort of thing. But yeah, stuff like that is in progress. Is the advantage of taking a break is I finally allowed myself time and space to start working on stuff like that. And now I've started, I need to finish it. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that I've been working on in my time off. I've been planning new emotes. I've been planning just a lot of planning, a lot of streamlining my processes behind the scenes. I tidied up all of the commands, so I went through all of them, deleted ones that weren't important anymore, updated the messages on some of them. So you might have noticed. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. There we go. So the lurk messages have updated. And they might still change. But I'm going to be polishing and refining things like that. Just basically making it all a bit better around here. But it had been too long since I'd done anything like that. Changes is good. Well, I changed my name less than a year ago. I changed the direction of my content. Actually, no, it's been about 2 years since I changed the name. Changed the direction of my content to be a lot more chill, and then obviously Baldur's Gate focused. And all of my alerts and stuff, I had a lot of legacy alerts from things like when I did Stream Raiders, when I had Treat Stream and all that sort of thing. And none of it got used, and it was just cluttering. And I had about 15, 20 scenes on my OBS, again, from when I did all different games and all different things. And it's not that I didn't enjoy it at the time, but it was stressful to have it there. And it wasn't fun to look at, in a word. So I did some updating. And it doesn't look like much, but it's been a lot of work. A lot of testing, a lot of learning, a lot of like figuring shit out, basically. So yeah. There's some of the easy ones. You'll probably notice the Nightbot ones filtering through soon. But consider them like version 1.0 of the changes. Like the timers will update. I've got some new commands in there for things like schedules and just rewording some of the messages on them. That kind of thing. Okay, we spells. You're gonna love having 4 cantrips and 16 spells. Oh. I'm jealous. I'm gonna get spell slot envy, aren't I? I'm here with my 4 spell slots. But I do get 9 cantrips as a warlock. Probably because you only get 4 spell slots. That is way too much paint on the brush there. Still fun. I'm excited for you. Hope you have fun with your new full druid status. I think for me, because I always start with what kind of personality do I want to play? And then I kind of work back from there. It's I either start with personality or we need this particular role in the group. So I knew the kind of personality I wanted to play in this. And I had Katrin from as an NPC that I really wanted to bring in at some point. She was the right personality. but I had to get Ozzy's okay before I could play her because she's an asshole. there's no nice way of putting it. Like, Catherine's an asshole. To 6 level spells now? Nice. I think Kat's only got up to level 5 warlock spells because I dipped. No, actually, level 6. Sorry, my mistake. I had to do some quick maths there. I wasn't quite quick enough. But yeah, I always reverse engineer mine, so I start with the personality and then I go down the list. Like, so what sort of personality do we need? Is there a specific role that I need to fulfill? Like fighter, healer, DPS, that kind of thing. And if I don't know, then I just skip that question. Do I have an NPC that already fits the bill because I'm lazy and don't want to make characters 101 times? If I don't, is there anything that is appealing to me at the moment? Do I want to play a magic user or, you know, I quite often go, do I want magic or martial? That's a common question I ask myself. Because sometimes you don't want to throw spells, sometimes you just want to hit things with a hammer. And sometimes you want to be a bit more subtle about it. And again, it depends on you, your personality, the campaign. There's 1,001 variables. But it's fun. Yeah, it's a good trade, Indy. You'll find that your druid stuff is better. In general. Like, anything druidic just improves. Like, your wild shapes will be better, your spells will be better, your proficiency, your spell DCs will be better. I need to check Kat's character sheet. Make sure I've done the full level up properly. Remember if I'd finished it after last session. But I'll probably tweak her spell list. There's a couple of ritual spells that I had on there that I'm like, nah, actually, that's not really something Kat would take. But yeah, like that's the kind of thing that you can adjust. Excuse me. Sorry, folks. That is the one downside of streaming again. My voice is not happy with me. My voice has been very, very upset with me because I'm not used to talking that much. Got you basic as fighter. Iselle's a fighter. She's anything but basic. Thank you for the hydrate, Dodge. I'm still drinking my first dose of caffeine this morning. An energy drink. I hope everyone's got something tasty. Okay. I'll never judge someone based on the class they play. And that's got something to do with the fact that I play rogues and people judge rogue play. But I love rogues. I just don't play them in small groups because they're skill monkeys. So they can have a nasty tendency of accidentally dominating the conversation. Which is why I prefer to play them in larger groups, where that's less of a risk. Have milk for your breakfast? Nice. I technically didn't have breakfast, but that's because I knew I was going to have a big lunch. Because I've got homemade bread downstairs, so I'm going to have homemade bread and soup, and then probably sandwiches as well while I cook. Clean. Got homemade cookies as well. Okay. Yeah, Sundays are my food prep days. So I typically don't eat before stream because I'll usually end up eating relatively big meals, or like not necessarily eating a lot, but like taste testing a lot, which obviously it's still food intake. So I just like to be a little bit more conscious of what I eat on Sundays. Obviously, no judgment to anyone who has any different approaches. You know, what I do with my life is not necessarily going to work for you. Let's see. Get some inks on this. Just a little bit of ink washing at the moment. Obviously, the main figure isn't quite ready for it yet. And just a gentle reminder, this is a work in progress. This is a bit of trust the process and a bit of it will get fixed in the next layer. There will be bits where it's overlapped into the wrong areas or where the pools of ink are not quite right. It'll get fixed. There's no dramas. All cool. I mean, it's more about getting the color layers right than getting it accurate, yes. Okay. Hey, Ollie. Good to see you. AK, hello. It's been a long time. I hope you're keeping well. Just the process, exactly. I'm sure you know all about that with your art. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're just sat there like, you gotta trust the process, you gotta trust the process, you gotta. You're trying not to psych yourself out because, you know, art be like that sometimes. But on this occasion, I know what I'm doing, I think. I hope you're doing well, AK. Yeah, I'm sure I don't need to tell you about that. It is, it's a fun game that anyone who does anything creative plays. But I hope you're keeping well. I hope life is treating you well. Both you and Howley, if Howley hasn't vanished off to the nether realms. Apologise for living under a rock for the past few. It is good to see. For the 31st? Is that for Veilguard, Indy? It looks good. Just like I said before, I don't know Dragon Age that well. I don't know if I need to finish Inquisition to understand Veilguard. Oh, our next session! Oh, good grief. Yes, I am looking forward to D&D. I'm always looking forward to D&D. Oh, you're on Star Rail? I've never played Star Rail. Well, I know nothing about Star Rail. I'm glad you stopped by, okay? I hope it's going well. I hope the game is going well. I don't know if it's a story game or multiplayer or anything like that. In terms of games, I'm still very thoroughly on the Baldur's Gate kick. I basically played nothing but that unless it's been work related. For literally a year now. So I have a feeling that's not going to change anytime soon. But it's fine, right? Turn-based Genshin. Nice. That's pretty cool. I'm actually... I hope you're getting the results you wanted. Out of Star Out. That's probably the best thing I can say for you, because, yeah. I don't know enough to be able to talk intelligently about it, unfortunately. I'm excited for you all to see what's there couple of months. Some of the projects that I work on are, and I won't be able to talk about much about it, but I'll at least be able to say, hey, I worked on it. And that's all I'll be able to say. Actually, I don't even know if I'll be able to say that. I know the feeling, okay? My, the fictional world of Faerun grabbed me by the throat and hasn't let go. And wait, Kalia in Baldur's Gate. Druid in Baldur's Gate is so much fun. But I just want everyone to play more Baldur's Gate, to be honest. Like, that game legitimately saved me. It changed my life for the better in so many. I will forever be grateful to Larian for that. Onward, Kalia! Oof! Let's go. You finally have one that you can play B3 on. Oh no! That's so heartbreaking, AK. I hope you recover from your burnout soon. Because, like I said, that, like, without being too dramatic about it, without Baldur's Gate, I would not have the life I currently have. Legitimately, my manager has said to me more than once that the way I spoke about Baldur's Gate was part of why I got the job. Because, you know, he saw how passionate I was about it, and he saw that I could speak about it intelligently, and my understanding of game mechanics and things like that, which for those who don't know, I work in a game dev adjacent role. So I need to understand games as much as I need to understand other things. And yeah, he said that without me talking about that and my understanding of narrative games and narratively driven games and how Baldur's Gate has changed that landscape and how the company I work for could easily follow suit with their games. And I spoke about it at length. This is like a 45-minute conversation I had with him in my interview. And he was saying, like, without that, I probably wouldn't have gotten the job. And this job has just... this job is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Other than meeting my partner, who has put up with my bullshit for like 12 years, this job is the best thing that's ever happened to me. The first time in my life, I am in a job that I can't see giving up. Like, this is not a stepping stone. This is the job, you know. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but it's like there are very specific jobs, like individual roles at very specific companies I would give it up for. For example, if Larian called and went, "Hey, we want you to be on our narrative design team," I would give my current job up for that. But if, I don't know, someone offered me a 6-figure sum to go do something for them, and I didn't know the company and all that sort of thing, I wouldn't give it up. Even though I don't currently earn 6 figures, don't even earn close to 6 figures. It's one of those jobs that I love. I love what I do, and I will talk about it endlessly if you let me, or if I can navigate my NDAs enough to talk about it endlessly. Well deserved. Thank you, Dachi. Yeah. The short description is I work in game licensing alongside a number of really cool game devs to, yeah, basically help them make sure that their games are as authentic to the license as possible. My speciality is narrative games, so storytelling. And it all started with Baldur's Gate, basically. I applied for the job not long after Baldur's Gate came out. And I remember talking about it in a couple of streams of people I discovered because of Baldur's Gate. So Tom DeVille is one of them, and I got knocked back the first time. I didn't get the job the first time around. And I was talking about it in the stream where Tom DeVille and Dave Jones, who played Halsin, were talking on Neil Newbon's stream. I've told the story before. Neil Newbon obviously being the voice for Astarion, and the actor for Astarion. Tom DeVille is a writer who is a friend of Neil's. Dave Jones being Halsin. And they were all talking about changing career paths later in life. And I was sat there listening in the chat and, you know, pretty dejected because I saw the job go up again. And I got knocked back really early on in the process. And I was like, oh, you know, what's the point kind of thing. I was feeling very down about myself, and they were talking about it. Changing career paths later in life and the challenges and things like that. And I'll never forget it because it felt like, even though I hadn't said anything in chat, it felt like it was directed at me, because both Tom and Dave basically said, if you are looking at making a dramatic career change, and I was, because at the time I was working customer service, I have a background in biosciences. I have no business working in a creative industry. They said if you're looking at switching to a creative role late in life, or at least, you know, from a background that doesn't support it, best thing you can do is be persistent and just keep going. And it felt like, and I know it wasn't, but it felt like they were talking to me. Because without that, I wouldn't have put the second application in, and without that, I wouldn't have gotten the job. Because I just needed someone to give me a push. And it was those two who did at the end of it. And yeah, long story short, I've been working there since like November of last year. I have never been happier. I've never been busier. I love my life. Everything is turning around. It's not there yet, but like, you know, everything is going in the right direction. But without that little push, I wouldn't have got there, and I will always be grateful to both Larian for bringing out Baldur's Gate, to Dave Jones and Tom DeVille for being awesome individuals, for Neil for giving them the space to do it, and just, you know, whatever happenstance meant that I ended up being there at just the right time to hear just the right words that I needed. like I said, this game has changed my life for the better. I'm gonna forever trumpet it and be happy about it. So yeah, you ever want someone to talk Baldur's Gate with, hit me up. I won't shut up about it. 10 years from now, I'm still gonna do it. Totally understand it. Yeah, you know what? I get it. I get it. When I left biosciences, I applied for jobs at McDonald's and didn't even get a call back. You know that thing that they tell you 16-year-olds are gonna be able to do and with their eyes shut? And I was just sat there like, man, I can't even get a job at McDonald's. What the fuck is wrong with me? It's not you. You are not the problem. And I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that, but you are not the problem. It is absolutely vicious out there. But it is nothing that you have done that is wrong. And you will find something. And also, don't wait for someone to give you something. So the thing that always helped me was not sitting still, I guess. I give myself, so for me it's never 2 days in a row, so I give myself 2 days to grieve whatever it is I need to grieve, whether it's lack of confidence, just missing out on a job I really wanted, whatever. And then I do something about it. And I think that has served me quite well in the past. Even if it is making the decision not to go for it again. But a lot of the time it is going back and going, right, how can I do this better? And just being really brutally honest with myself. And it's rough. I'm not saying it's easy. You end up in a really weird place of both building up insane confidence and tearing it down to nothing. Because you are your own worst critic. But genuinely, AK, when it comes to jobs, it's not personal. And I personally think you're worth better than just some crappy office job. I've seen your art. I know how talented you are. You deserve something better than that. And I hope you find it. On a road begins. Oh, good luck, Indy. Hope it goes well. Yeah. I've done a lot of rambling today. I apologize. I need people to yell at me and go, less rambling, more painting, streamer. Baldur's Gate got mentioned, and yeah, we all know how I'm like with that game. Who do something creative? Yeah, it's hard. If you'd asked me a year ago if I was going to be in a creative job, I'd have said no way. I'm not qualified. And yet, here we are. And it's not just creative in the sense of needing to understand artwork. I need to have, you know, creative judgment in both visual and sound and word based stuff. Like, it is insanely creative based. Keep looking. Is the best advice I can give anyone is don't give up. It's hard and I get it and I understand. Don't give up. It's there. And if you can't find someone to give you opportunities, make them for yourself. If you can't find a company that has the role that you want, carve out a role for yourself. Like, go independent, go freelance. And if you ever want someone who's got a tiny little platform, I'm more than happy to try to support anyone who's trying to go out on their own. It's why Hen is my channel artist. It's why I do everything I can to support the people that I know in their independent endeavors, because it's really hard out there. And I don't know a single person who is not capable of making freelance work for them. So, okay, if you wanted to do freelance, I fully believe that you could. But sometimes you just need help, and that's okay. And if I can help, I will. But I mean, my job title is brand assurance representative, which sounds like the most it sounds like insurance, you know. It sounds like the least creative role on the planet, and it's just so wild. Listening to rambles is what I enjoy. I talk too much, which anyone who knows me in like off stream would laugh at, because I am quite quiet, and then they see me on stream. It's like, dude, you ever shut up? Like, not when you get me onto the topics I enjoy talking about. No. Oh, that sounds fun, Indy. Honestly, if my first roll of a run is terrible, I usually think it's a good sign. Like, Liar's first run, first roll is always a failure. A run. It's part of her charm. I rambled a lot today, and I apologize if I sound like condescending or patronizing at the point. Is I know how it can come across, and I know it's easy for me to say now, being where I am. But it took a lot. Like, the interview process for my current role took me about 8 months all told, from the first application to accepting the job, and then it was another month before I could start. So I waited a long time and had to hold on a long time for it. It was not easy. But I'll never ever forget it. But also, I wouldn't have got this job without the hobbies. Without talking about my hobbies. Just generally being passionate and enthusiastic. Which I'm not saying anyone here isn't passionate and enthusiastic. Will sell so much more if you are in your interviews. I went into every interview for this job thinking I wouldn't get it. Every interview, every stage, I approached it with the assumption that this is just practice. Yeah. And now I'm looking at doing courses in branching narrative design for gaming. They're building a writing portfolio. All these wild and crazy things that all seemed like pipe dreams. Like I was talking about the other day on stream. Baldur's Gate 3 let me start writing again. I've been writing maybe 6 or 7 months now. And I just had one of my pieces narrated by the character I wrote it for. Like, and in the next few months, I'm gonna have 4 pieces that will have art specially designed to go with them. I'm working with 4 separate artists as part of fan-based projects. I'm just gonna say, you aren't ready for some of the stuff that's coming out with it. You all are not ready for what we've been cooking on. It's amazing. I feel so lucky. But again, this is all off the back of Baldur's Gate 3. That game rewired my brain in such a profound way. And I really hope at some point I'll get to sit across from like Sven or someone like that. And just like explain to them how much it means and how much it has changed my life. Because yeah, it's huge. I'm still uncovering little ways. Yeah, it's really cool. Really, really cool. One day I'll get to sit across from Sven and be like, so Sven, in the new game that we're working on. I want to be a narrative designer for Larian. That's the end game for me. It's the ultimate goal. Hey, no worries, Dutch. Take it easy. Enjoy the look. Thank you again so much for the gift subs and the gift and the hydrate and all that sort of thing. You're too kind. To be fair, I'm probably going to finish up stream in the next few minutes. Because I need to get some food soon. I'm sort of losing the thread a little bit. But I want to finish the last couple of little bits before I do stop for the day. Then I'm gonna tidy up. I've got to clean all my brushes properly. But yeah, next week we will have 2 streams, like I said. It will still be Honor mode. It will still be our lovely Finn, our paladin. Yeah, I'm going to be playing that through some more. I might start a little bit earlier and do a bit of a longer stream, since it's only 1. But I'll have a look at my timetable and figure it out before I put the schedule up. The schedule should be up probably tomorrow, because I'll have to put the graphic together, which will probably take me most of today. And then I've actually got to, you know, work it all out. And I've got other things to do today. So that's not going to be till the... but yeah. Keep an eye out on Discord and Twitter for the graphic. This will be up, so the VOD for this, if you missed any of it and want to check it out, the VOD will be up 9 AM tomorrow, is when I normally schedule them for. So probably about the same time that the, the graphic will appear. I would love to say that I planned it, but I didn't, because I'm not that organised. It's just how these things happen sometimes. But yeah, I'll be working on that. I'm just clearing some space so you guys get a proper look at the model before I go. We'll carry on with this next week. Turn it around so you can see it. There we go. Prince Duval, or Duville, whatever his name was. That's what we've been working on today. Come on, autofocus. That's where we got to. It's probably got another hour or so of work left. And then we'll move on to the rest of the Crimson Court. But yeah. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Let's see. I hope the new camera has been okay for you all as well. It is actually an HD camera, shockingly. Yeah, here I present Prince, whatever he's called. But yeah, I hope the new camera has been behaving itself for you all. I know my old one was not the best. I hope this one's been a bit better. And yeah, I think that's all. But yeah, thank you again, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company. The VOD, like I said, the VOD for this will be up at 9 AM on Monday. The schedule for next week will be up at some point on Monday. So keep an eye out in Discord and on Twitter for that. I will remember to add timings this time. And yeah, thank you for the lovely welcome back to streaming. This week has been amazing. I'm gonna go eat and have the rest of my weekend. So thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever around the world. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next week. Bye for now, folks.